This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life.
That's cool. Hey?
The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face,
Okay, here's the man himself.
How's it, guys? I'm Brendan, newest member of the team in AJEEPINAFRICA. After a grueling 6-hour drive, we finally arrived in Coffee Bay, and today we just literally set up camp about 5 minutes ago. Really happy about how Mboytji went. Her first trip outside and literally camping out of the car. So really stoked, going with the lightweight setup. But yeah, so happy to be here. This view is just phenomenal.
Lekker. Maak je oukie. Kom maar dan. Hey, starter. Chop chop. Yeah man. But is he going to put the fire on first too? Yeah. Tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Morning.
Good morning.
Is je lekker gedoe?
Oh, this is perfect. At the ocean, loving it. This is really good.
Kijk hierdie ding hoe lê hy. Kyk net hoe lê hierdie ding. Op sy tubie.
Op my tubie.
Hy lê op sy tubie. Hy gaan daai ding bietjie in die branders gooi vandag, dink ek.
Yes, dat sal lekker wees.
Hy gaan daai ding bietjie in die branders gooi. You're gonna throw that thing in the waves.
What, the tube?
Are you gonna ride your tubie in the waves, brother?
Sounds tubey, bro.
Sounds tubey. Start speaking like the surfers, dude.
Yeah, bro, what you saying?
Tubey, bro. This is the man. What a lovely day. Peaceful. peaceful morning. Amy's taking her pooches for their morning stroll. Get the little bells going. Hey, Jambo. Where's Chok Chok? Maak jy geen saam? That dude makes sure that his bowl is so clean. Oukie? Oukie, wie saam? Kom. Chok Chok. Yeah, but so yet, eh? How nice is this? Lovely night's sleep here at Coffee Bay campsite. Wind calmed down last night. It was a little bit windy morning, chora. It was a little bit windy last night, but yes, you got a good night's sleep. It's not often I sleep straight through, and it's not often that Merlin sleeps straight through. So it was like going to bed around what 8:30 and waking up at 5:15 this morning. We're going to head to Hole in the Wall. We're going to stay here another night. And we're going to stay here one more night and then head home tomorrow. Tomorrow's quite a big stint, but you know, I'm keen to see Hole in the Wall. It's amazing. It's apparently spectacular. Yes. Okay, so we ended up at the Hole in the Wall. This dude's got a flat battery for the 7th time this trip.
Yeah, didn't plan properly there, but yeah, thank goodness we got jumper cables.
So, as you can see, it's like this. I think we can park down in the bottom there, and then we're going to try and walk all the way down. And then yeah, get a little bit closer to it. There's apparently a cave in the wall which we'll go to, which we'll stop on the way back. But it was worth the drive here. I mean, we came all the back roads through to Coffee Bay. It's hard going, it's tough on your car, so make sure you've got a good set of tyres. and patience, because the roads are bad and long. It's a drive, and it's 3 hours. Add a couple hours to it, it's going to take you a while. But I mean, it's worth the drive. You see proper, real, remote Africa, and it's been an experience. I think for him, this is his first time doing something like this. And what do you think?
I don't know. I love it. It's remote parts of the country that I will never in my life would have seen if it wasn't for Blanche and it wasn't for this trip. So I'm very grateful for that. A lot of animals next to the road. Really, like Blanche says, the roads are quite challenging, and it's something that you need to take into consideration and everything, which we've done pretty well. So really like the challenge. Beautiful views like this makes up for all the travel and the challenges that we went through. But this is really something amazing, something to see and something to explore.
So we're going to take a walk. We're going to drive back to the parking area. We're going to hopefully park our cars there. Hopefully they're safe. And we'll make our way down to get these bunches to run in the woods a little bit, and get Amy to go take a swim through the hole in the wall. Being a swimmer she is. And I think it's fantastic. It's worth coming here, definitely. I'm going to switch on my lights to start my car. You didn't switch your lights off, did you? You didn't switch your lights off. When did you switch them on?
I realized it was on and I switched it off.
When?
Hey?
When you came to start it?
Before you left for that side.
I'm not so sure.
No, definitely. I saw it was on when we were standing there and you asked me to get out of the shot, then I saw it was on.
So it was on for a while.
Oh, Young. Found guilty.
Started.
Sentenced to a dead car.
Yeah. It's part of it, isn't it? This will happen 6-7 times before we get home.
Maybe 8.
Okay, we done, boys, finally.
So now we can't go walk down there because this first car won't start.
We'll still walk down there.
Alright, so we're gonna finish this video off just by chatting about what was our best experience of the Wild Coast. First time being here for all 3 of us. So we're just gonna run through like a, quick, what was Amy's?
A fun little Q&A.
Yeah, well, it can't be a Q&A because nobody's asking us questions.
Okay, well let's start, what was your favourite part of the trip?
What was your favourite part of the trip?
I think his and mine are the same.
Who?
Friday night.
Friday night
in
was
the
best
tent, in your tent, pouring down with rain, with the gas fire and cooking borie rolls.
Yeah.
That was my
was
favourite
lovely.
part.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it. That was nice.
Took me back to when I was 14 years old.
Yeah. It's not often you get to do stuff like that. We got to camp like at 9 o'clock. It's been a hectic drive through some really rural areas where we just honestly sat in traffic, believe it or not. I've never seen so many taxis in my life for 2 hours.
I've never seen so many chickens waiting to be slaughtered in all my life.
So it was rough, but amazing. But then getting at camp, raining, not putting out the awning, it's 9 o'clock. Brendan's got a ground tent and we put the gas cooker in his tent and we all sit around his cooker cooking boerewors in Sprite. Believe it or not, it was delicious. So that's probably my favourite part.
That's quite interesting.
And yours, Brendan?
Mine has to be the trip down to the beach. From the morning we got up, after the pouring down of rain, eating the boerewors with Sprite and everything. The next morning it was one of those you must be there to really experience.
It was special though.
The special, because
you got to remember, we got there pitch dark. You didn't know where you were. We literally got to this small farmer's house, and there was people greeting us. We literally said hi. We packed up camp and it started pouring down with rain. Pitch black dark. Couldn't see where we were, and we woke up to this oasis of a beautiful
Cliffs.
cliff-setting rainforest, and it was just, I was in awe. I was literally in awe for about 5 minutes overlooking the
Only
cliffs.
5 minutes? Sure, I thought
Sure,
it would have
felt
lasted
longer
longer
than
than
5
that. 5 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
But
still in
doing
awe.
doing that whole route down there and then getting to that beach,
that was just
that was
phenomenal.
also
I
really
mean, through the
amazing.
Yeah, it
wetlands.
gave you a bit of experience. I mean, it
Exactly,
wasn't
I mean-
easy. It was not an easy route.
Well,
it was difficult. And
I
it was
got,
wet and
I got
muddy.
my wheels dirty, so
Yeah.
that's what I came down for. And the
Yeah.
experience, I vastly, really
Camille.
appreciate it. And then just taking me through parts where I'll never see in my life if it wasn't for Blanche and for
Well done,
the whole
Wonky.
experience, and the hole in the wall as well. That was something amazing. But I must say that
If there's one thing in the trip that
It's probably
You
driving
would-
onto that beach.
well, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And having breakfast on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
That's
probably one of
special.
that was really, and it was I would say a spur of the moment decision. We didn't really decide, okay, cool.
no, everything was spur of the moment. We had 6 campsites booked.
Exactly. Everything was spur of the moment. There wasn't like really planned to, okay, let's drive down to the beach, or that's at the beach is where we're gonna have breakfast. Lawrence just looked at me and he's like, dude, are we gonna pack up the car and go down to the beach and have breakfast? And I was like, what a brilliant idea, let's go. So yeah, that was definitely the highlight for me. Funniest part was when I realized to the next campsite we only have 160 k's, 160 odd k's, and I was like, okay, that's cool, it's about 2 hours, then we'll get there. And after hour number 4, I soon realized we still have another 100 k's to go. So that was probably the
160
funniest
k's
part.
and 6.5 hours later
And I
we
was-
arrived to camp.
I was really seriously considering to call Blanche and say, come get your ladder, I'm turning around, I'm going home.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Because-
people get it wrong where they, we go on these trips now. We've had a lot of people tag along and come along. And it's always difficult to predict time. So you always plan it's 100 kilometers, it's 80 k's. So we should be at camp at a certain time, early enough. But it never works out like it because you can't predict, because it's not like we've driven these roads before and you don't know the state of the road.
But in all fairness, this trip, you also couldn't really make out the time, because we would type in and it would say 160 k's and then it
Look,
would-
I thought that, 160 k's, I thought, okay, 4 hours maybe, that's a good estimate, but it took us 6.5, 7 hours to drive. So it's all fun and games, and you watch these videos and you think, oh, it's so lekker, I want to go there, I want to do that. But there's more to it. I mean, we enjoy it. I love it. I mean, I love sitting in the car and seeing
Absolutely
places.
love it.
And, I mean, I get asked quite a lot, but it can't be nice, can it? I mean, don't you just want to go and relax? But for me, that's relaxing. I mean, the problem with these type of trips is if you're only going to one spot and you're sitting there for 3 days, you're not going to see much. So, you're driving 600, 700, 800 kilometers. Well, this trip is 1,400 kilometers. It's not crazy far, but it's, in 3 days, that's a big distance we've covered of hard terrain.
I think
28
it's
hours.
the best way to sum it up. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
It is. With trips like these, it's not a specific destination. You've
Yes.
got 20, 30 destinations you want to
Definitely.
see on the way.
But
I mean,
don't you find you see all those destinations, but something as simple as the first night was something so special.
Yeah, it's part of stuff going wrong. I think
Yeah.
that's what's makes. If everything would just be easy and simple, it won't be fun, will it?
No.
I mean, we've probably jumpstart this dude's car 7 times.
No, it's more like 9.
Tomorrow morning I have to again. So
Yeah.
it's just
Walkie's sitting there dead, completely
and
dead.
because he
But she's
forgot to
beautiful.
switch his fridge off. It's not the car's fault, but it's stuff you learn. Now next time
Exactly.
he will do it. It comes with experience. We've all made those mistakes. We've all paid those school fees. But I've heard this thing where they say, well, what's the difference between overlanding and camping?
Camping is just you drive to a place, you pack off, you stay there for 2 weeks, and that's it. We don't really camp. I mean, we travel. We literally stop to sleep. From there, we get in the car and we drive again. It's overlanding for me is, you know, covering a serious amount of ground in a certain period of time. That's what it is. You plan your trip to, if you've got 4 days, 5 days, and you want to go see a certain area, you try and unfortunately cram all of it in. You know, some places you stop longer because it's prettier and you enjoy it more, so that's where you want to spend more time. But you know, you want to see as much as you can. For us, we work. Amy and I, myself, Brendan, we full-time. This is not our full-time job. Love it to be, but it's not. So you know, we've had 3 nights, 3 days, 4 nights, which
we've got to cram something in such a limited time frame.
100%. So we had to see what we wanted to see, and I mean,
hence a 16-hour drive home tomorrow.
Exactly. So tomorrow morning we're getting up early, and we're hitting it hard. It's going to be tiring, and it is what it is. But we love it. It makes it possible for us to do things like this.
It makes it worth
if you had to ask someone, if someone had to ask you, what's one thing you recommend or want to tell them about this trip, what would it be?
Just come do it. The Wild Coast is massive. I don't think you can take one specific thing. I think everything about the Wild Coast is special. We haven't even seen half of it. Look, I would have loved to go all the way to Kai. We just don't have the time to do it. So what I would definitely do next time is I won't do the first bit. I would drive straight to Coffee Bay. And then start here and work my way through the trail, the Wild Coast Eco Trail, I think they call it, or it's a name Tracks of Africa has given it. I would do that. I won't do the first part again. But I don't think, I think you should, I think you should do all of it in the beginning. I think you have to start at Port Edward and make your way down to Coffee Bay.
Definitely.
If you don't have the time to do all of it, then do the second half another time. Because it's just, like Brendan said, it's special. It's different to see, and everybody's friendly. I think you hear all these things.
People are very friendly.
Very friendly. I think you hear all these things as dangerous, and it might be if you're going to go and be stupid about it.
I never felt unsafe.
No.
I was concerned at some point, but I was
in that traffic. I was concerned. You were concerned.
But I never felt unsafe. I was concerned at stages, but.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been normal if we weren't concerned in that traffic.
Yeah, look, I think you just got to be careful.
You just don't do stupid things. You think about what you're doing.
Yeah, don't go and walk in certain areas at night, and stay away from the beaches at night. But just respect them and be friendly. It is their property. It is their place. We are fortunate to be allowed to drive around
they love
here.
it if you say hello and you wave. They absolutely love that.
We made breakfast to 2 of them. We went to the beach and there was 2 of them fishing, and we were making breakfast, and I walked up to them and said, "Listen, would you like an egg sandwich?" And
they loved it.
Loved it. I mean, they're not going to come and do something to you or rob you. I think we have the wrong perspective. I mean, I think myself and you, we've travelled most of South Africa. We've seen most of South Africa, and we've travelled to some areas where it's remote, rural, and I don't think we've ever felt unsafe.
No, you just don't go walk along the beach by yourself.
No. I think I'm more scared being in the cities than I am being out here.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Very true.
Just go do it. Go see the Wild Coast.
Definitely.
It's absolutely stunning. If you love fishing, I mean, no better place to be, is it? It gets windier though, and cold this time of the year.
Yeah, but it's still beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah. Anything else?
Absolutely loving it.
So we're gonna our last night. We're gonna have an early night. We're gonna have an early morning, and we're gonna hit it hard tomorrow morning. Brendan's going to fall in love with his car all over again, because he's going to spend
At the moment they're not talking because she's not playing her part.
No, it's not her fault though.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
No, it's his fault.
She's been doing
He
really
started the
well.
argument between the 2 of them.
Yeah. Anyways, so I hope you like this video, and follow the journey. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and like this video. It all helps to us doing more of this, and if you guys enjoy this, we see you enjoy it. It's nice for us to take the effort. I mean, making these videos, it's not like we're professional photographers and that, but it takes time, and it's an effort, and we enjoy it, honestly. So
Seeing that it's appreciated definitely helps.
I mean, it's nice to get a comment now and then saying, "Hi guys, awesome stuff, nice place." I don't know if I'm fishing for comments now, but anyways,
Not at all.
Just like
a little bit.
Not at all.
All right, so
just come follow the journey, guys.
yeah,
And
please
see-
like and subscribe,
Yeah.
and we'll see you in the next one.
you.